good at playing with wood.
I know.
Playing wood.
I've got some fascia boards laid out here. Actually, I'm fixing it because I got so excited I laid them out on 16-inch center, and it's really 24s. That happens. So I'm gonna scribble those out, and then we're gonna bevel one edge of this so that it's at the roof pitch, so we don't have to drop the fascia board. It's just automatic alignment. If we rip that 612 bevel on it, makes it really easy, and Jamie, he won't do it any other way, just about. There we go. I've noticed that Jamie likes to walk like he's sneaking up on somebody when he's running the table saw. He's like,
you can't move. You can't move.
We did just call and check with the truss engineer before we cover this with sheathing to make sure there's no additional bracing or hangers needed, because it's really hard to do it after the fact. Pro tip. And we're good, actually. Any truss under 8 feet does not need a hanger, and all these little pieces that finish out the plane on the end are like 5 feet. We called though. I just wanted to check, just to double, triple check. We ended up just, what I told him exactly was we screwed the piss out of them with structural screws. He said, that's perfect, that's great. So we're good to move on.
This is whipping a little bit. I need to figure out a way to brace this thing over this way.
Yeah, if that thing is crooked, the whole hip's gonna look crazy. One additional thing we are gonna do that isn't required, Jason's doing, is we're adding this blocking on this side of our hip so that the sheathing will have some more to nail solid. Because you know the roofer is gonna be up here like boom, 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 slapping like the ridge cap on and all that stuff. You comfortable?
Yeah, I love it. Wish I wore my son's jock strap to work today.
Jason's sitting right on this truss. You gotta have a tough undercarriage to be a roofer.
Seriously.
That's good.
Try not to hit me in the teeth with that metal clip.
You got a good spot to stand there?
I'm great. Just
all right, here goes.
Hit me with it.
All right.
Yeah! Got it. You wanna give it a whirl? Hey, Jamie, heads up in case this bounces off the walkboard. Yo, high vis.
Yo, high vis, watch out.
Yo, Jamie, high vis, watch out. He's gonna throw this. It might bounce.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, good shot. Nice shot. Can you do it 2 more times?
Yeah.
Just a second.
I'm in the rhythm, bro.
Get in the rhythm. All right, let me get her tacked. All right, I just don't want to kick this thing off of here. Yo. I think we're all set up for our roof sheathing here, and since we have the scaffolding and this walkboard in the right place for the fascia, we're just gonna go ahead here, and we're gonna start like out in the flats just with an 8-foot piece somewhere, because it's got a cut on both ends, and that way we know we're gonna start running on layout and getting things squared up and nice. How's she fitting, Ray?
Oh, I'm tight.
Are you?
I'm tight in here. I got to put on extra small mode. I'm good to go.
Yeah, this thing's coming like extra large mode from my
Yeah,
experience.
you see how much strap I got extra here?
It's like 4.5 sheets.
I got you. Pull that slack. Oh, you got the slack out. You're good. For our roof sheathing, we're using this Zip System 5/8 structural panels. And it's really nice because it has this coating on it, just like the wall sheathing, that's water resistive. And if it starts pouring rain during the middle of this thing, it won't really hurt the panels as opposed to like regular OSB or plywood. We're gonna put these up, then we'll do the seam sealing tape on all the joints, and that'll keep us watertight until we do our finished roof surface. We do like how stiff the panels are, as well as the fact that we don't have to deal with putting on a roofing underlayment after you're done putting the panels up. Doing the taping is a lot faster and easier. So I just want to give a huge shout out again to Zip System Huber for partnering with us on this job. We really appreciate it. We really love their products. If you haven't already checked them out, I'll put a link in the description. I'd say give them a shot.
Yeah, the nail has the best holding power when it looks like this right there. That makes me happy.
Doesn't take much to make him happy.
No, not much. We're almost to the top of our marriage wall, and there's another truss under that zip tape there. 2 trusses, Really, the only thing tying these things together is the sheet goods lapping. You can see we've got this nailed like crazy down through here. And that's what's keeping these two halves of the roof together.
I'm not worried about it.
Sheathing.
It's gonna be great. I gotta say, building this hip roof is a little bit of additional work. But think about this, there's no gable ends. That means no siding on the gable end, no painting up there, no climbing up the ladder to a really tall place. Yeah, like that. Now we've just got one elevation all the way around. I think that's actually gonna be easier and save us time later.
It might. Now, I don't want to brag, but our house is going to have way more gutters than that house, you know? Like twice as much.
The gutter guy's gonna love us here. This is the easiest job ever with tons of gutter.
One side done. 3 more to go exactly like that.
Yay.
We are getting going on the second side, and we didn't show you this from the first side, but we're taking a chalk line as a straight line, straight edge basically, checking that all these rafter tails are straight or in line and plane with each other, and they're usually not. Like, I don't know when they've ever been. So Jamie's just looking at these, we're marking the ones that are proud, like sticking long, chopping them until we get a nice straight line.
A little bit of a problemo there.
The one that's bad is the end one, so Ray's gonna take an oscillating tool and square it out about 1/4 inch off. That was probably a little awkward, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was like right behind you.
it still is awkward.
All right, I'm gonna move. Hook her back, Ray, let's check it out. Hook her down, Ray. Good here. There's got to be one somewhere. Yeah, I see it. Right there. And there. And there, and there. Yeah, Jason had a cool idea. We got Sean here who's working with the guys that are building this house. So we had entry point. And there's our camera right there. Our neighbors are spying on us, boys. We're going to time lapse from right there. If we didn't mention it yet, this is just a sub fascia board, and that's why it's just this white wood. It's probably spruce. We're gonna have a finished fascia over that, but we have done some jobs where the framing fascia board was the finished fascia. In that case, we used some kiln dried, pressure treated wood, and then we did some solid color stain on it for a really inexpensive type finish. And it looked okay, and we stained, I think, the underside of the rafters and the underside of the sheathing as well. I just went back and put a bunch more nails in here because I realized I don't know if I shot 8s in that first time because we were using 8s on the sheathing.
We switched them out.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then it's just got about 1,000 nails extra. Oh, you changed them. Good. Yeah, after I shot the whole thing, I was like, Yeah.
Checking the other end that they're attached. I did.
Yeah, who did that? Who
Little
did the
trust,
other end?
team building experience.
Yeah, who did that in?
Yeah, we're gonna hook each other
I'll go
in.
check that in. Craftsmanship. Also nice with the zip system roof sheathing is we don't have to use H-clips between the trusses and the spaces because it's stiff enough on a 24-inch spacing to where you don't need it. And it does have this little nodule, or I don't know what you call it, a little rib right there that does space the panels the exact right amount. So we don't have to do any thinking. You just slam the piece down and nail it. Bang! Yeah, slam it down and nail it, Jay. No thinking, nail it. Turns out these are pretty nice to nail to. It's like having floor trusses on the roof. You can't miss. It's really awesome. And we lucked out too that our sheathing lapped up onto this part from the regular trusses down here to really tie it all together. It would have been a major bummer if the sheathing broke right at that seam. We'd have probably had to rip a sheet, but we didn't. This video is brought to you by Jackery, and I've got their Explorer 1000 Pro solar battery generator here. You can charge it 3 ways with an AC outlet. You can also charge it with a car. And today we're charging it with these solar panels, which is the most optimal way. We're getting free power, which is awesome. The Explorer 1000 delivers great power, especially since it's really small and light. It has one handle carrying, just like a small cooler, so you can truck it in the woods if you're going camping or something like that. And I like to keep this thing just in the back of my truck. If I flip the tailgate down, I can just plug all of my stuff in that needs charged, not have to take all my battery chargers out of the truck. These are the Solar Saga 80 panels, and they come in a nice carrying case, and they have an easy adjust leg to tilt the angle towards the sun. You can run up to 3 of these in parallel into the back of your battery generator, and then there's a second port where you could run another 3 parallel, so you can run up to 6 of these at once to keep you charged up. Little spoiler here, in a nutshell, the reason I wanted this set up is because I got some lake property that I'm gonna be able to camp at this summer, and we're getting a dock put in, so I'm gonna wanna run lights and have music and all that stuff without having to run a loud generator. I have no power until I build a house out there. As far as the power output on this unit goes, you got lots of different options. You've got your AC, which you turn on right here, up to 1,000 watts, USB-A and USB-C, which is a quick charge, 100 watts. That'll do like your MacBook Pro or kind of heavy duty or things like that. Got a built-in light, which totally makes sense. Then of course you've got your car charger, so you can plug anything that would normally charge in your car into this. Pro tip is that a lot of times I'll plug in all my batteries before I leave home and just let them charge in the back of my truck with this thing, and then when I get to work, they're all charged. Pretty sweet. I also want to mention that their flagship, the Jackery Solar 3000, is now available in Canada, and there's links down in our video description to where you can get a discount on these. You can check out their whole line and get to their website. Thanks again to Jackery for sponsoring our video. This thing's awesome. Check it out, guys. 63 3/4, top number 20.
That one's good. That one's good.
What about this one at the very end?
Yeah, that's where I went to.
Oh, okay.
I have to chisel that off a little there. I think that's pretty good overall.
Yeah.
I gotta go to a meeting at Chase's school right now.
Right. Hope you're not trying to impress anybody.
Well, I think they'll be impressed at how much work I've been doing
Not
today.
mine. Maybe.
I'll see you guys.
Yep. Later.
We're back this morning to get the final side of this thing sheathed and fascia boarded up, and we'll be dried in. Then we're gonna start working on these porches and the porch roofs next, which I'm looking forward to. It's lower to the ground.
Good fit.
Bop it out on that smallest little hip rafter. Yep.
Like that?
Still not perfect. Come down to the next one and bop it just a little. Yeah, that's looking better.
You can shoot straight down. You got.
So we did, and we still are going around and doing some of this dead wood, like this piece right here, or sheetrock now, I guess would be the technical term, that are really low to where the sheathing is. Before we put the sheathing on, there's another one over here, so that we don't have to crawl up in there and try to fasten down some way that's really difficult to do. So the guys are running this last side right now, just the first 5 feet in. The rest of it, we got plenty of room above to get in there. Can you repeat what you just said?
I said these underwear suck.
And
My wife got us matching underwear for Christmas.
and
I mean, hers is a thong, mine's not.
Okay.
Mine's normal, but they're the same print.
oh,
But they're like super skin tight and they ride up on me.
Are you both wearing them today? You have to wear them the
I've
same day?
never heard of
I don't
this
know, I
matching
I
underwear.
don't think she's wearing them.
Did you guys, is it that Facebook ad I've seen?
I'm sure, or Pinterest, one of the two. Here it comes. Here's your block.
Our method of getting the sheathing up here is a little bit old school, meaning that we're just lifting it by hand. We did try to get a lull, but there was none available that we could get in this area. There was one guy that just has one that said we could borrow it, but he said you'll need a Mack truck to come get it. And there's one sitting downtown, but they wouldn't give it to us either.
Yeah, it does. That's crazy crap. $24. What? How much? I'm gonna go get. Well, I think $2.99.
Jason and I were talking over lunch, and we decided that having a lull to lift the sheets up would not have saved us much time. That was what he said. Because almost every one of these sheets is cut because of the hip roof and the layout being weird because it's like 2 roof systems that kind of meet up in the middle. So I don't think it would have, which makes me feel better that we're not doing this the slowest way possible. It would have cost a lot of money to rent one. Jason said if you'd have had someone cutting off the stack on the lull on the roof, it would have made it faster, but that would have been kind of dangerous. I don't like having dust on the roof. We're on a wind hold here. Hand it back down. Hand it back down. If you didn't know, plywood can be like a giant sail or this OSB, any kind of sheathing. So if it gets really windy, that's when we say, no, hold up construction. I was skiing one time and I talked to a guy. He said he took a ride off a roof holding on to a piece and he like flew 30 feet in the air like a big sail. And he,
What a guy.
what a guy. I was like, why didn't you let go? I don't know. What happened to your shirt there, bub?
Trying to get rid of my farmer tan. It's already kicking full force. It's not even summer yet.
Why don't you just take it off though?
Because I got a big fat gut, that's why.
Well, Jamie's down. That means the roof is dry, right?
It is.
Another one is, hey, that's not fair.
A fistful of steel, my friend.
You know, in some countries, they stop production for like a week and have a barbecue.
Really?
When they top out.
Like a celebration? Mm-hmm. Well, what are we gonna do? Nothing?
We're gonna build this porch and the roof.
We got a little more time in the day here.
Yep.
Dang it.
Not here.